leaving opportunities on the internet? 5 ways, I bet you are. So it's time to stop on this episode of Just Ask Cher Live. Welcome to another episode of Just Ask Cher Live. And today, it's all about, this is like a kick in the ass episode. So there are a lot of you guys right now who are leaving opportunities online. So what I mean by that is you guys have certain behaviors that are preventing you from being all that you can be. And some of you might be like, those are not the opportunities I'm looking for. Yes, they are, but you keep leaving them online. You just don't even know that you're looking for them. You didn't even know they existed. So in this episode, I promise to share 5, once I start the timer, 5 things that you are doing right now that are costing you opportunities at work, opportunities with your business, opportunities with your brand, and you need to stop it. And as well, I'm super excited about my scroll stopper. And this scroll stopper is so dope. It brings the humble brag to a whole new level, but in a good way. Yes, my friends, the humble brag is back. So wait till I show you how to do it well. My friends, I was impressed, and it is so easy to do. So again, if you don't know what a scroll stopper is anything that makes me stop in the scroll. As well, my Tap That app, 2Ps. We are going to be talking about this awesome app, and that's what I'm going to leave right there. Just know it's awesome. And you're going to love it, especially if you want to create video and you don't want your face on camera. There is a way, my friends. There is a way. So stay tuned. But before I do that, I want to know, Team Live, Team Replay, and while you're letting me know, guess what I'm going to be doing? I'm going to be checking to see if I'm actually broadcasting, because that's always a good thing. And so yeah, get clicking out there and let me know what's up. So I'm checking that out right now. And in the meantime, let's see. Yes, it feels so good. I need to just trust it now. I really do. I need to just trust and just bless and release and hope that I'm broadcasting, but I can't just do that. I can't trust the tech 100%. So, wow. Hey guys, I want to say hi to Liam. Wow, this is so professionally done. Thank you, Liam. I appreciate that. Jenna, how are you? Good to see you as well. David, of course. And thank you for the encouraging text. I appreciate you. And Sheena, hello. Bertina, of course, my team live or die. That's my ride or die right there. Kemi, Robert, Florence, yes, Team Live today, Flo. I appreciate you. Stephanie, Team Live. I love it. Rosemary, Team Live. Anne is Team Live. Misha, Miss Radiance. Guys, are you loving this hair right now? Can we talk about this for a second? Because this right here, this is procrastination. For those of you who don't follow me on Instagram, it's Cher Jones, by the way, ITS Cher Jones. Follow me, because today I was doing taxes. And if you want to know me, know that I hate anything to do with administration. Like, it's like literally like you might as well stick a needle in my eye. That's how much I hate it. Anyways, so every time I'd feel sleepy, because admin makes me feel sleepy, I would like play with my hair. And so this Agent Carter kind of 1930s, 40s kind of pin-up kind of style, that's what I ended up with. And that's what stuck with me for the rest of the day. Thank you, Bertina says she loves my hair. Yes, Hollywood inspired. This is, when I move to my next place, I am in love with Hollywood glam. And this is Hollywood. This is as glamorous I get. Yeah, in my Star Wars t-shirt. But yeah, it's an interesting mix, and this is so me right now, red lipstick and all. But seriously, it is. And Sheena, love it, Hollywood glam. Bit of a 50s look too. Yes, right? Well, anyways, thank you guys so much. I appreciate you all. And so, Team Live, you got a lot of Team Lives. Jen says, Jennifer's time stops when you are doing, Jennifer, it stops. It's like literally, and then my eyes get really sleepy and I'm dying here. But thank God for my business coaches, because they had me, I had an appointment with them and I had to get that stuff done for them. So this is why you pay coaches, to make you do the stuff that you don't want to do. Anyways, speaking of stuff you don't want to do, there are a lot of things that you guys are not doing right now that are costing you opportunities. And I wanted to talk to you about that today. I wanted to identify these 5 bad habits that are literally you're screwing yourself over. I know it sounds dramatic, but it's absolutely true. And I want to make sure that you're getting that little kick, punch, whatever you need to wake up. Because there are opportunities online all around you for your brand if you take advantage of them and if you take action. So I want to identify these habits, these behaviors, and of course, it's no good knowing the behaviors if you don't know how to fix them. So I'm gonna drop some logic on that as well. So I want to know from you guys: are you truly? I hate when I have an error. Are you truly, that's supposed to say, taking advantage of the opportunities online? Do you really feel that you are doing that right now? I want to know. I want to know, like, do you feel like you're maximizing your brand presence and really, really taking advantage of all there is out there? And even if you feel like want to go further than a yes or no, give me a percentage out of 100, of course. How much of a percentage would you give yourself? Or let's say a grade. Are you getting 60% of the opportunities you think? 100%, 20%? I want to know. So type them in the comments, because I'm going to check in just a few moments after I give you, of course, number 1, losing opportunities. Stop it. Okay, so not clocking in. Speaking of clocks, my clock is going, so that's good. A lot of you guys, not you guys in the comments, because you guys are showing up, okay? You guys are showing up, and I absolutely love it. And it is so important to show up. It is so important when you go online that you show up in the network. So many of you are little scrolly social wallflowers. You know what's going on. You see what people are posting, but no one sees you. It's like you're not even there. And if no one sees you, what's the point of showing up and knowing all these things? You're like networking in your head, but you're not networking with your fingers. And this is why be there. This is an opportunity for you to comment, reach out. Liking be the most passive, but at least it's something. I know so many people who are just scrolling on by every single day. And no, does that mean you have to comment on every single thing? Absolutely not. Ain't nobody got time for that. But what I can suggest is give yourself a goal. Maybe it's as simple of a metric as saying, I'm going to send one person a DM, I'm going to comment on 2 things, and that could be it. And then you could even think of a status update. And I'm not the person who's going to tell you need to post every day, because clearly I don't. And what I have created has been based off of posting once or twice a week. That's my brand. I'm not saying it's right, I'm not saying it's wrong, but I'm saying it's working for me. Although I will be experimenting with that, working on that. But in the meantime, this has been sustainable for me. One piece of quality content plus where I have built my network is really on the relationship building side. Getting out there and having conversations, talking to people, replying to other people's comments even. You can't keep scrolling and showing up to work on LinkedIn, so to speak, but not clock in. You've got to show your presence. All right. Now, number 2, and then I'm going to jump into your comments. This one, I was just, almost dropped my phone. No bueno. But epic post paralysis. Can I get a witness of all y'all in the comments who sweat the perfect post and end up having maybe even 10, maybe even 15 half-baked blog posts, half-baked videos, half-baked graphics that you just never finish, half-baked podcasts. Yes, I see you and you know who I'm talking to. So, it's like you're getting there, but you're worrying about it being too perfect or being epic. Yes, epic posts are awesome. They're incredible. But we don't have to be epic all the time. What we do have to do is lead with value. There's no rule about leading with epic. It's about leading with value. So what you have to say, ask yourself, will the reader, the watcher, the listener get something out of this post? Because you are blocking blessings right now by leaving your stuff on your computer and not posting it. And it's all because you think it needs to be something. But if I can look at something, and I suffer from this too, don't get me wrong. So I'm preaching right now to the choir because I know that this can really leave opportunities for you online and you'll never catch them because no one sees you. So one of the big things is putting out content, posts, something that creates an opportunity for people to have a conversation with you. And you never know who you're going to meet. You never know who's going to see even those social wallflowers, especially at larger companies. You would be surprised who's looking, who's watching. The amount of times that I get a phone call from somebody who's never liked, never commented, never DM'd and said, "Oh yeah, I watched your show." And it's like, "Oh, you do?" Because I didn't know, right? But this is happening all the time. So what you need to do, again, is just ask yourself, inspect the post. Okay, one, accept that it's not going to be, everything that you post is not going to be epic because you are losing opportunities. And two, just check, do a value check. If you think that someone's going to benefit from it, stop blocking blessings right now and just get it out there. And number three, bonus for number two, is the fact that every time you create a post, you learn from it and you get better. And that matters more than anything else. Your post, my first show to this show, which is I think number 40, is so much better, like leaps and bounds better. But I needed to get over the epic show syndrome. So epic post paralysis, stop it. All right. Now I'm going to jump into the comments, see what you all have to say about epic posts and everything else. So I love this. 40, 50%. Showing up is half the battle. Ain't that the truth, Linda? I hear you, sister. It truly is. Natalie says, love this. Sometimes I feel like I have to, for myself, get out of the shadows. You absolutely do. You have to force yourself. And it gets easier, especially when you can take the pressure off of EPP, right? Just remove that EPP. See what I did? You know me? Anyways, all right. Jennifer Kelly says, we have to get involved now that in-person networking isn't happening. Preach, okay? We've got to be on the network because how else are you going to be visible? What, you're going to go for coffee at your favorite coffee shop? Not happening. And even when we can get together face to face, maybe 4 feet apart instead of 6, we're still going to have more opportunities for us to get together online, right? And Carrie Ann says, epic post paralysis. Yes, guilty. Everybody here, I bet you watching, is guilty. And Juanita says, looking great as always. Thank you very much. And I love, Kashana says, what? Who said we have to be perfect? You're damn right. Who said that? Nobody. So let's stop holding ourselves to standards that we can't even maintain or uphold to begin with. And Tim says, yes, lead with value. And Nakia says, don't let perfect be the enemy of good. That was my first post ever on LinkedIn. I absolutely love it. And that is exactly it. If you walk away with anything else, nothing else, remember, do not let perfect be the enemy of good. That's right. Done is better than perfect. So get her done, folks. Forget this epic post paralysis. Okay, here's another one. It's kind of akin to not clocking in. They don't know. There are so many of you who are missing out on opportunities because they didn't know what you were capable of. One of the best ways to show what you're capable of is by adding your 2 cents to the right conversations and creating content that shows what's here, where you're citing your experience, right? Where you're talking about what you know in a way that makes sense. And it's not all about writing, friends. And stay tuned for my Tap That app, because if you don't want to get on camera, but you still want to share your thoughts, you're going to love this app. What else do I want to tell you? As well, if you are not letting people know what you know through your profile, letting people know what it is you do, not what you did to get your job, not what you did to start your business, but what you do now and how you serve. You don't let people know. They don't know. How are they supposed to ask you to help them? How are they supposed to invite you onto a project? How are they supposed to ask you to lead a team if there is no evidence to support the ask? Right? So please keep that in mind, okay? They don't know, they can't ask. And what you don't know, that's your fault, because you are in charge of the messaging right now. And if you don't put the message out there, that's another opportunity left in the tracks. So what do? You create the content. What do? You put your voice in the comments. What do? You update your profile so people know what you do and how you serve now. Okay? All right. I'm passionate about this, guys, because there are so many opportunities day in, day out online. And this is something that I am so passionate about, because you can get them. I believe it. I've seen it. I've been doing this for a very, very long time. In fact, I started my business full-time, and I've been iterating to innovate, but I've been doing this, some form of this, since 2013 full-time. In fact, I started my business in 2011 while I was still working and creating opportunities. But people need to know what you do in order to get more of what you want. Anyways, here's a really good one. You're probably wondering, not trying the back door. What the hell does she mean? Well, there are so many times where we'll try to send an email to somebody. And oftentimes, if they are higher up in an organization, chances of that person actually seeing the email may or may not happen. As well, because it may go through the gatekeeper. But what you can do to get that FaceTime, to get that conversation happening, is make sure, in addition to an email or in addition to a voicemail that you send them a request on LinkedIn, and you say something like this: just to put a face to that email or a face to that voicemail I just left you, I'd love to connect here on LinkedIn. Right? You send something like that. Now what they have is a connection request, as well as that notice that you sent, that email that you sent them, that voicemail that you left. This now connects you. And if you are already connected to that person, you can still leave them a voice note and say, hey, just wanted to put a face to that email that I just left you or just sent you. And that elevates your game, because now you've got that personal connection, especially when you can send a voice note. So get in the back door, because the front door is usually locked. But the back door, that's a way open to get FaceTime, get a connection with that person where it might otherwise be blocked. So take advantage of doing that little 1-2 punch, because it works. Okay? Another thing that you can do is, if you are connected to that person and you see that they're active online, plan your backdoor entry. That might mean taking a look at some of the content that they're posting, engage with it, and then send them the email or send them the voice note, and then send them the email or the voicemail that you left them on their regular phone, and then get through the DM backdoor. Okay? Hope you guys are liking this. And number 5, I love this one. And this is probably the one that I am like the absolute most guilty of. Not tracking opportunities or following up. And the reason why this is where you lose so many. So someone, and usually this goes both ways. So someone may ask you to be on their podcast, right? They ask you once, and then you don't respond because you're busy or whatever, which is my bad. But ultimately, because I didn't track it, I may not be able to follow up now, because what happens is There is the vortex of the DM vortex, especially the bigger your network, the bigger the vortex, where things just get lost. Hold on. So what happens is you get a request, you're like, yeah, that's a good idea. But then life happens, more DMs come in, whatever, you're doing things, and then you just forget. So you need a system to track it. Then you also need it in that same system. There needs to be some sort of calendar system or something that's setting you a reminder if you don't have time to follow up right now. The get ish done model says that if it's going to take you less than a couple minutes, just do it right there on the spot. And that's the discipline I need to adopt if I feel it's urgent enough. So there's a whole system that I need to learn more about. But ultimately, this no tracking or no follow-up is a huge deal. So one of the systems that I've been implementing is I keep a Trello board up. And Trello is like a project management system. And one of the lanes that I keep open is tracking those opportunities. So I'm trying to get better at it. And I can also set a date so that if I get back to it later or whatever. But either way, that's costing you opportunities. Whether you're not showing up online, whether you suffer from epic post paralysis, they don't even know what you bring to the table. You're not trying to get in through the back door. You think that you've got, front of the line entrance when usually it's not the case, or you are not tracking or following up on the right opportunities. That, my friends, are the 5 habits that are costing you opportunities. And again, whether it's business, sales, opportunities with work, projects, leadership opportunities, new positions, new partnerships, you're leaving opportunities on the table, my friends, and you need to stop it. All right, let me jump in to see what you guys think. And Keith said, you're funny. I can't believe you started without me. That is funny. And let's see. Bruce says, I'm trying to be epic. I admit it. I'm guilty. Don't worry. Everybody, I bet you at some point, is guilty of that. How do you know what the wrong thing to say is? Should posts always have a neutral feel with a neutral opinion? No, they should not. They should have your opinion. And it is okay. And sometimes that's scary. And depending on what the issue is, you have to weigh whether this is an opinion that you're willing to hang on to if this is the hill you want to die on. Sometimes, especially if they're more controversial. In fact, I did a whole show on that. So check out my YouTube channel, Sheena. But where you might want to start to gain your confidence is, what is it you know? Like, no matter what someone tells you, it's like, no. I know this because of my experience. And not in a braggadocious way, but in a way where you're like, no, I know my isht, right? I didn't swear. I know what I'm talking about. Start with things like that showcase your knowledge and your expertise. But no one wants because when you have like a middle of the road kind of thing, there's nothing to join in on the conversation, right? But again, leading with value, thinking of, forget about, that even keel, middle, no opinion thing. Think about what do you know that can help people? And then that will kind of work itself out. Okay. I love that, Doug. Be active, not passive. Do something in layman's terms, of course. And Fabiana, done is better than perfect. Tim's like, almost missed it. You almost did, but thank God you're here, Tim. Oh my gosh, Paulette. She did an intro video today. And if you guys don't know about the intro video, where you been? That is where you introduce yourself in a short video. I have a video about that, by the way. And you can just go onto the main part of my profile. You'll see it right there. And that actually solves number 3. They don't know. You got to tell them. And video, especially the LinkedIn intro video challenge, that's what I'm talking about, guys. Christina says, thank you, Cher. Very insightful information, and your experience is valued. Your experience is very much valued here today. Thank you. I appreciate that. And just put a foot. Thank you. So Fabiana wrote the scripting for that that note that you could send out to somebody. And Tim says, kick that front door in. And good points. And Junaid says, I'm loving this. Thank you, my friend. And we're going to be hanging out next week on his show. So make sure you guys tune in for that. Yes, Jennifer's got it. The fortune is in the follow-up. And that's where we lose those opportunities. Telling you about it. And Liam says Sales Navigator is also only slightly more expensive than Premium. And they let you basically use LinkedIn as a CRM. Yes, and that is one option. That's a great option. And so that may be something that you guys want to consider, especially when you are opportunity hunting. But if it's not that serious, LinkedIn Sales Navigator is a pretty penny. So there are other ways to circumvent that as well. But hey, Anthony, I appreciate you showing up. Sean, I appreciate you showing up. And Liam, definitely great to connect. And make sure you guys are all connecting the content. And Rakaya says, I love challenges. Hey, I love that you love challenges. So LinkedIn Intro Video Challenge. If you just search hashtag Intro Video Challenge, you will see a lot of people participating in it. And Yvonne says, great tips. Thank you so much. And Kim says, I did my first intro video Friday and it received positive feedback on social media. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Because listen, guys, I'm not just saying this stuff, but this stuff works. I say it because I do it. I say it because I've been seeing this work. Not only for me, but for a lot of other people. That's why I'm constantly watching these scroll stoppers. I'm constantly trying to give you guys ideas. I'm trying to give you the keys to the car so you can drive whatever car you want. But in the meantime, let me know what you think about these 5 little tips here. I hope that helps push you and propel you to find the opportunities that you are looking for online. So let me know, a little love, a little clapping, a little like, a little light bulb, even a little thinking. I don't care. I love it all the same. So let me know. And of course, we're moving right into that scroll stopper, whatever stops my thumb. And this week's scroll stopper, I am absolutely loving it. And like I said before, this is really about the humble brag. And I'm going to be very annoyed because I realized, okay, I'm going to have to show you guys live because I had it all planned out, but I didn't put my animation in, so it's going to suck. So no, it's not, because I'm going to show you right here. Today's scroll stopper is brought to you by David Breyer, and let me show you. Let me actually show you. So here we go. So David rocked this scroll stopper right here. And let's take a look. So what we're looking at here, and this is, we're missing out on my usual magic because I didn't do it properly. But anyways, no, that's not what I want to show you guys. Hold on. Hold my beer. Hold my beer. Okay. So basically this scroll stopper is, there we go, is all about, and it's going to keep on going back. Okay, this is going to annoy me, but let me show it to you first. All right, so this scroll stopper is from David Breyer, and he's like, I blame Jürgen Strauss for this post. He listened way too well today. It is something when a podcaster asks you questions that unearths gems waiting to be discovered like buried treasure. That is what Jürgen achieved when we spoke. And what was spilled out was so good that I was compelled to turn them into snippets so that you could enjoy and share or print out. I put the podcast link in my comments. So let's take a look at what David did here today. So basically, so dope, okay? He took his own podcast, right? And he took his own quotes. Check this out, guys. That's his quote. His 7 favorite quotes from somebody else's podcast that he was a guest on. And he basically made a little document, not a little, it's a document that shows his quotes from a podcast that's not even his podcast. Talk about humble brag skills, okay? I was like, yo, game recognized game here. That is some skills we've got going on. Right? So, let's take a look. he highlighted the host, which is a really good thing. So that's really important, is making sure that he highlighted, hey, this is where it came from. But then, let's talk about me again, right? Document shares his gems, not the host, him. Who's on front of the document? Him. But it is done in such a brilliant way that I was just like, that was pretty epic, right? So anyways, how did it turn 1 minute all of a second? Guys, you know what happens. I'm switching the show, by the way, to 40 minutes because I can't do it in 30 anymore. Try, but I just have too much to share. Sharing is caring. Of course, super easy design, right? So this is really important too, because we see that super easy design. This is easy. This is done. You could do this in Canva on an Instagram size post. You're done. You're over. Nothing to it, right? And finally, he also shares the link to his podcast. So if you didn't read his epicness, you can sure as hell listen to it. Guys, what do you think about this awesome pod, this way to showcase, right? So again, he is the number one, if you guys didn't meet him, David Breyer. He's Google's number one rebranding expert, slayer of the mundane, liberator of awesome, advisors to CEOs, author of Amazon's branding bestseller, Brand Intervention, responsible for 1 billion in sales, and he's also a keynote speaker. So he works with big brands, guys, but let me tell you something. He rocked the humble brag. Can I get a witness or what? My goodness, I am absolutely, totally impressed. I hope you are too. All right, so moving quickly right along, I'm going to check in with the comments to see what you guys think. And let's see, what is the podcast called? Check, I'll leave the link to this. So Linda, I'll make sure you get that. And that wasn't his podcast. That's the whole thing. It wasn't his podcast. It was somebody else's podcast that he took his best quotables and made his own document. Oh my gosh. Brilliant. Yes, davidisthebomb.com. I'm telling you. And Julie, yes, you made it to the live. And yes, Anthony, I agree. He's amazing branding guru. His blog is great. I've been following from him for years on Twitter before we made it over here. So anyways, I want to talk to you about Tap That App, 2 Ps, and it's called Headliner. So let's look at me for a second. Have you ever wanted to create those sound wave files? So actually quite a few of my clients are creating podcasts right now, and they want to create those epic little videos that you see the little sound waves going across them, and it's a picture background. It doesn't have to be for a podcast, by the way. Anyways, Headliner can help you create them, and they're pretty dope. So let's go back, look at what I'm recommending this week, and Tap That App. It's called Headliner, and video is the easiest way to promote your podcast, your blog, your ebook, your course, whatever, your thoughts, anything. And this is what Headliner does. It makes video easily by, you bring your audio and your video or just your ideas. You add animations, captions, GIFs, videos, images, and more. And then you just export the video and share it across your social accounts. So it will create right-sized video for what you're looking for, okay? And here are some of the examples, right, of what you can make it look like. Whether you have closed captions on there, whether it's just the sound wave, you can create these things. And a lot of them look like they're created in Canva. It's really not that deep. Oh, and so this is something, if you want to find it, it is called Headliner App. The website is headliner.app, by the way. So I hope you guys find this valuable. I'm definitely playing with it because I really appreciate it. And I think it's pretty dope. So I don't know about you, but headliner.app is where you need to go next, or look it up in the App Store or Google Play. You'll find it, you'll play, you'll love it. And that's great, especially if, let's say you have like a bomb ass picture and you want to do maybe some voiceover. You can even make a voice note on your phone. So just voice recording, upload that of you reading your blog post, for example, right? You can get that transcribed in Headliner. And here's the coolest part. I didn't tell you guys, by the way. They have 10 free videos that you can create per month. If you exceed 10, then they'll put the headliner watermark on it. Or you can pay something like $12 a month and you have like unlimited, and they give you a lot more features, of course. So either way, go play with this, go create content with this, deliver your value. And this is a great way to level up your content game, even if it's not that epic post yet. All right. So let me jump in now and see what you guys have to say about the headliner. Fabiana has just added it. Been using it for about a year. That's right. Dr. Tana. Course. Cornelius says, nice. Headliner.app. That's right, Nicole. Check it out. And Natasha says, this is great. Looking it up right now. Great value. Absolutely, Linda. And yes, Julie, they do have that is a freemium model. So you can do certain things for free. And it is pretty awesome. And Natasha says, I'm a rock star. I will always take that title. Always. I think at one point, one of my LinkedIn titles way back in the days was there was a rock star somewhere in the words. But anyways, Charmaine says, Headliner, love Headliner. It's my go-to platform for my podcast. Hey, everybody who has a podcast, let people know about your podcast in the comments, because why not check out people's podcasts and shows? And maybe, because I know Dr. Tana has a live show, I have a live show, maybe what we can do is make a video, rip the audio from our live shows or rip the audios from your podcast and create a headliner video as an assignment and tag me in it. I'll do one too. What do you guys think? I think it's a good idea. Let's all play with headliner this week. All right. So, want to remind you guys, if you don't want to miss a post, the solution's quite simple. So you don't want to miss something from me. You just need to be following the hashtag #JustAskShare. So if you search the hashtag #JustAskShare, guess what? We're following each other. As well, I have a big question to ask you. You made it this far in the broadcast, right? You made it this far, right? Past the 30 minutes and the pause timer. Time stands still when I'm delivering the value. But did you know, my friends, that sharing is caring? If you made it this far, by the time we're done, I'd really appreciate you share this episode with your friends, with your network, because there's something in here for everybody, and we cannot afford to have our friends and our connections miss out on opportunities. Can I get an amen? Come on. We cannot do that, right? So coming up next on the show, I've been promising to do a show on niching and how to niche down to really grow up, glow up, grab those opportunities. So I think that might be next week's show. We'll see. But either way, tune in every week, every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the live broadcast. And of course, watch the replay anytime. And if you want to jump on my A-list, you can just go to justaskshare.com. Soon, I'm going to have text notifications, still working on it, just making sure it's right, where once a week, I will send you a text the minute I go live so you don't miss an episode. That's it. I promise not to bother you, but I'm working on that as a solution, so I will let you know. But in the meantime, I'll jump in if there are any other questions, and if not, you can always just ask Cher anytime. All right. Thank you, Fabiana, for sharing on Twitter. I appreciate it. Karima says, can't wait for niching because the riches are in the niches, depending on what you say. Niche, it's all good. Either way, but I will definitely help you guys really think about things that can help you niche and niche well. Niche for conversion, because that's what I'm talking about. Well, guys, thank you so much for watching. And I look forward to seeing you guys next week. And in the meantime, in between time, you definitely want to ask your questions. Just ask Cher. Any app reviews that you want me to check out, that you recommend, that we can recommend, let me know. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will definitely see you on the next episode.